Welcome to the Mick Sterling Experience, a weekly listen to local musicians.
I promise I won't.
Music and interviews in front of a live studio audience. A program furthering awareness of the 30 Days Foundation. And now to Utility Room A along the banks of the Minnesota River. It's the Mick Sterling Experience.
And our studio audience is live. We can hear their applause. Yeah, it's the Mick Sterling Experience with a live studio audience program benefiting the 30 Days Foundation and brought to you in part by 21st Century Band, Wallace Radio Syndication, and Star Prairie Trout Farm of Wisconsin, along with Unlocked Mission. Let's get right to the music and to the interviews with our host, Mick Sterling. Take it away.
I am Mick Sterling. This is the Mick Sterling Experience. We are very grateful to be in your town. If you're listening to this show, I believe you will be moved. I know you will be moved. And what the context of this show is, we're going to present some great musical artists in the Twin Cities and around the state of Minnesota. There are no real guidelines as far as genre goes. It can be any kind of stuff. It just has to be really good. It has to interest me that it's really good, and if it interests me, I'm hoping it'll interest you. Maybe it's not a genre you're familiar with. Maybe it's an artist you've never heard of before. That's called an edumacation, as they say. We're going to try and give you a musical edumacation and find out some really interesting things about these talented artists that are doing these shows. Tonight, my friends, I am completely honored to have one of my dear friends in the Twin Cities that I've been watching for decades, and I'm blessed to perform with in many of my bands in the Twin Cities for not as many decades, but a lot of decades. This man is one of the greatest singers that I have heard in this town or any town, and on the Mick Sterling Experience. Today he is going to be doing a lot of his own original stuff, and we're going to listen to him sing and play along with Dylan Salfer, who did a previous Mick Sterling Experience show. We're blessed to have him here as well. Sit back for the next few minutes and let's find out about this interesting man. But first, let's hear this man sing and play piano. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very honored to present my dear friend, Mr. Mark Lickteig. Give it up for Mark.
All right, I'm going to do a song here that's called Consequences. And I'm thinking that most everyone can relate to it in one way or another. It goes like this. Where do we go from here? Now that we've shown each other our true colors, can't hide from the truth anymore. How can you ever trust me now that I've given you no reason to believe? Can't hide from each other anymore. Consequences of the choices we have made. How do we treat each other? Oh, with all love, with all love. I know I did you wrong. You know I did it the same way too. Can't lie, 'cause we both know it's true. But now I realize I still love you. Tears in your eyes say you still love me too. what are we gonna do? Consequences of the choices we have made. Why do we treat each other with our love, with our love? Do you still love me, baby? Can you tell me? They say sometimes forgiveness don't come easy, sometimes not at all. Take my head, maybe we can make it. Where do we go from here? Consequences of the choices we have made. Why do we treat our love so bad? Do you still love me, baby? Can you tell me?
That, my friends, is Mark Lickteig on the Mick Sterling Experience. Hello, my friend.
Hey, man. How
How
you
are
doing?
you?
I'm good.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel good.
So, if you're listening to this radio show, I am a singer in the Twin Cities, have been for many decades, and Mark has been performing with me, and he has many of his own bands, and it's just an honor to watch him do his original work, and just literally one of the most soulful singers I've ever heard in my life. Do you agree, live studio audience? Am I right here? It's crazy. So, Mr. Lickteig,
Yes, sir.
let's talk about you.
Mr. Sterling.
Let's talk about you.
I'd love to.
So, so let's start. That Iowa is the most soulful state in the United States, obviously.
Yes.
Where you're from. Talk about where you're from. Talk about where.
Well-
where did this come from? Where what was the first album? What was the first thing that
The
got
thing
you to make
that,
you sound like you do?
The thing that got me going was a little transistor radio that I'd turn on underneath my pillow at midnight, and the John R. show would come on. And it was nothing but soul music, all soul music. And you didn't get that on a radio station in Iowa. I mean, you just didn't. And it was like they played songs that I had never heard before, but they introduced me to what I wanted to sound like, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was a group on there called the Boogie Kings that later became Edgar Winter's White Trash.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were an all-white band. They did cover songs down in Texas, but they sounded exactly like the record. And we ordered their record, and we thought they were all black. We got the picture, and it was like, what? How can that be? And so I said to myself, perfect. That's what I want to be. So I went as deep into it as I could.
Yeah.
And then when I was 14, we were in a battle of the bands. They had this music store in Mason City that had a battle of the bands. And we won the B section. That's number 2, not number 3. least we were in the second one. And so the band that won the A section, I went over to him. I said, "Hey, I want to be in your band." So I tried to join the winners of the A section on the spot. And they said, "Well, we already got a keyboard player." I said, "Well, get rid of him." Yeah. And I'll be damned if they didn't.
Yeah.
About a month later,
Well, after they heard you, what keyboard player is safer on you?
they called my house, and I went, "So you remembered my number? Oh my God!"
Wow.
And they called my house, and my folks gave me a ride down there to Belmont, Iowa. Actually, it wasn't. It was Goodell, and it had like one sign, entering and leaving. Anyway, and the town literally had 50 people in it. And this guy that was there introduced me to all this stuff, the band that I wanted to join, the guitar player.
Yeah.
Introduced me to, oh my goodness, my head was,
Yeah.
and that's where it all started, was with those guys.
You know, it's so interesting watching you sing because you're so free, but there is, you know, what I call soul structure. You have soul structure. You took the elements that you heard and made it your own, but there's a pathway to these songs that you sing, your influences. They've set a path. Talk about that path. How do you feel in that path when you're singing?
Once you discover yourself, because for years I tried to sing like Otis Redding, for years. And of course I couldn't, not really. And but I got as close as I could. And then I started realizing, well, you don't need to sing like someone else. You need to sing like you. You need to figure out who that is. So I went after that for a long time.
What age were you when you discovered that? That's a pretty big revelation.
Well,
for a singer,
it was scary because I didn't know what that guy was going to be like. You know, some of it I appreciated, but some of it I didn't. I had to hone in on it. You know what I mean? I had to bring it out of myself. And I used to sing higher than I can now, considering I'm 72 years old, for crying out loud. And I did this since I was 13. So next year is quite a big anniversary.
My goodness.
But I guess the hardest thing is accepting who you are.
You know, it's an interesting parallel with Ray Charles. You listen to the early recordings of Ray Charles, and he just sounds like Nat King Cole.
Yeah.
He's trying to sound like Nat King Cole because that's how you could make money. You need to sound like Nat King Cole. That's it. And then
Exactly.
when Ray decided, I don't want to sing like Nat King Cole anymore, I want to sing the way I sing,
Right.
then you got Ray Charles. But before, you got a Nat King Cole impersonator.
Well, that's exactly
Basically,
right.
you know?
And I mean, and it's hard to break away from your influences because they are your influences.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just who you thought you wanted to be.
Mr. Lickteig, you got another song handy in your stockpile of stuff that we can do?
I got this song that I wrote probably 20 years ago. Recorded it with Charlie Bingham, the guy that played with Lamont Cranston and the Hoop Snakes forever. Great guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
But this is an interesting song.
Folks, this is Mark Lickteig on the Mick Sterling Experience. Go get it, baby.
Hard rain gonna have to fall to wash me clean. Gonna take a whole lot of water, wash away what I seen. Cause I've been bad so bad, now I'm sad, so sad. A hard rain gonna have to fall to wash me clean. Hard rain, come on, fall. Wash my sins away. Gonna stand by the ocean in the middle of the night. Let the rain and the waves rush upon me. So bad, and I'm sad, so sad. A hard rain gonna have to fall to wash me clean. Hard rain fall on me. Set me free. Fall upon me, fall upon me, set me free. Set me free, yeah. Hard rain, come on, fall. Wash across my soul. I need peace. I need solace. I need to be redeemed. Now that you know, won't you let your water flow? Rain gonna have to fall to wash me clean. Fall upon me, fall upon me, fall upon me, on me. Set me free, please set me free.
Give It Up. With special guest Dylan Salfer on the guitar, you're listening to the amazing work of Mark Lickteig on the Mick Sterling Experience.
Thanks a
At
lot.
CHS, we go the extra mile. Brought to you by Give Kids the World and the Ad Council.
Now back to the Mick Sterling
Quiet.
Experience.
All right, everybody, get ready to come back here to the Mick Sterling Experience. Hey, when you're looking for live entertainment in the Twin Cities, you need to check out Mick Sterling Presents, series of shows happening weekly. The Chart House Live in Lakeville, Minnesota, and On Stage at the Freight House in Stillwater. Most of y'all know those locations. So featuring some of the top talent in the Twin Cities, and each Sunday and Thursday performing tributes to legendary artists like Springsteen, Van Morrison, Elton John, ABBA, Tom Petty, and more. Plus delicious dinner options at both venues and an early 7 p.m. start time so I can be in bed by 10:15.
There you go.
Chart House Live and On Stage at the Freight House. It's a great night of dining and entertainment. Check it out, charthouselive.com or onstageatthefreighthouse.com. Mick Sterling, take us back in.
Thank you, Matt. It's my goal in life to have you be able to go to bed at 10:15. It's important. You need your beauty sleep. Well, folks, thank you so much for being here. We have a live audience at the Mick Sterling Experience. Thank you guys for coming. We appreciate it very much. We are interviewing an amazing talent in the Twin Cities, my dear friend, Mr. Mark Lickteig. Mr. Lickteig, let's keep talking. Let's keep talking about you.
That's fine with me. Again.
So you and I have been in the trenches for a long time. We've been in the club trenches. We've been on concert stages. We've done all this kind of stuff. Talk about your progression in the Twin Cities and the Midwest club scene. How does it feel? What's it like to be on the road in clubs? You are a beautiful, happy grandfather now. You have a beautiful grandchild, but it's difficult to be in this business and have a family.
Oh God!
And you are a beautiful father to Lindsay. Talk about all of that stuff. How does it feel to be that kind of a person, being on stage, being a family man, the whole thing? Talk about that.
Well, it's not the easiest thing in the world, because your little girl's standing at the screen door going, "Why are you going, Daddy?"
Yeah.
Why you got to go there? But I was playing on the road in Iowa. We went all over the place, down to Louisiana, down to Atlanta, down to Florida. It was quite an experience because we were playing. We had a black lead singer at the time. His name was Charles Singleton, and we were playing an all-white band and a black lead singer. And this was in the late 70s, or actually the early 70s, I should say. And it was difficult because people would get really strange. And I'm sure you can tell by the way things are now that things haven't changed much, which is unfortunate, of course. But when that band broke up, we'd been following all these hot show bands into these clubs. Wayne Cochran and the CC Riders, a band called The Mob from
Chicago.
From Chicago, and Mick Leary and the Exciters from Florida, and all these bands they were great. I mean, unbelievable, but nobody's ever heard of them. It's too bad. But that thing kind of folded. It kind of went on its own way. We broke up, and I moved to the Twin Cities because the drummer was from here. And I got up here, and we hired some people, and went back on the road a little while. And then I just moved here. And I was so broke. Oh, my God, man.
Yeah.
I was sleeping on a mattress in the entryway of the upstairs apartment of Olson's Dairy on 35th and Aldrich. It wasn't fun. But it led to some interesting stuff. I was in Well, see, how did it start? Well, I was in Spark, a band back in the 70s.
Great
and
band.
Early 80s, and a great band.
Great band.
We had all these original songs, like 25 original songs. And the movie Saturday Night Fever came out, and they were dancing to the music on the breaks, and they weren't dancing to us. And finally, what we did is we had this chick make us a bunch of jumpsuits and worked up the whole album. And we were working in 2 weeks. People loved us.
What color was your jumpsuit, Mark? I'm really interested in finding out.
We had white ones with red sashes that
That's
came
hot.
down to here. We had a little piece of Velcro so they wouldn't fly all over the place. And a black one that zipped all the way up from the crotch, and you can imagine how that made women feel.
Yes.
Oh,
The things we
God.
do for love. The
That
things
was-
we do for
It
love.
wasn't my favorite outfit in the history of my career. But that went by, and then that thing broke up, and I was in a band. We were competing with a band called Free and Easy from St. Paul. And they say, if you can't beat them, join them. So that's exactly what I did. And I joined Free and Easy.
Oh,
And
I didn't know that.
then Free and Easy turned into West Side. And I was in that band for a while until that kind of folded. And then I auditioned for the Rupert's Orchestra, only I was in the TC Jammers at the time.
Yep.
And we had an offer to go to Europe for 3 months. And so I got the job at Rupert's, but I turned them down. I said, no, that's okay. I'm going to Europe. Oh, well, in that case. So it was like kind of weird. Then I got back, and there was nothing to do. I mean, you know how you leave a city and people
Yeah.
you come back to it and people
Yeah.
go, who are you? And so they had one of the singers was from Chicago at Rupert's, and the story was he pulled a gun on one of the valet people, and they fired him on the spot. So
Sensitive.
they
Geez, so
called me.
sensitive.
That was Robert was his name. He wasn't the nicest guy, but they called me, and so I took the job, and that was when right when my ex-wife was pregnant with my daughter, who is like 35 now, and so that was perfect timing.
Yeah.
Because I had a steady job all of a sudden, and it was great timing. But
Matt, how much time do we have before we have to go to break? Because I'm thinking I want to just 2 minutes. Okay, I want to talk about this, and then when we come back, I want you to do another song. But
yeah,
what Mark is talking about, and I was kind of on there was a real hotel band thing.
yeah.
The circuit where you would play 50 weeks in a year.
Oh yeah.
You'd never get off the road. You'd be staying in hotels, and every musician played multiple instruments because they had to, or they would literally go insane.
Exactly.
They'd be so bored they just did the
I
whole
played
thing.
saxophone,
Yeah.
keyboards, and all kinds of
Yep.
sang lead. It was
And
nuts.
the Rupert's Orchestra to me was like just it was that hotel band philosophy, but presented on a much larger
Yeah.
stage. And that's when Mark was in Rupert's Orchestra, that scene was unbelievable.
Oh,
you guys
man.
changed the Twin Cities landscape with that band, and Mark was one of the lead people in that band that made what it is. It's an amazing, amazing thing. And you killed it. It was great.
Well, and it also introduced me to the advertising world, and because all the ad guys would come in there and party and try and pick up chicks, but they heard me sing and they want, oh well, let's get him, let's get that guy,
Yeah.
let's get that guy, let's get that guy.
Let's talk about this a little bit more after we take a break, Mark. This is Mick Sterling. You are listening to the Mick Sterling Experience, and we have the pleasure of listening to Mr. Mark Lickteig in the Twin Cities. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Hey, hockey fans, are you looking for ways to save money?
And the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Mick Sterling Experience, promoting awareness for the 30 Days Foundation. Search for the 30 Days Foundation to donate or to get help. Now, back to the music.
Yeah, we're getting back to the music here. The Mick Sterling Experience, a program benefiting the 30 Days Foundation. And brought to you in part by I'm With the Band and the Apple River Family Campground in Somerset, Wisconsin.
Oh, Dylan.
And Mick Sterling Presents. Now with more music and interviews, host Mick Sterling.
Thanks, everybody. How you doing? Hope you're enjoying the show. I do want to, one of the great things about doing the Mick Sterling Experience and getting this show into your town is that we do want to introduce a charity that I started back in 2011 called the 30 Days Foundation. It's kind of a unique charity. We assist Minnesota families and individuals that are in real life financial crisis, and we do that by providing a one-time grant. But friends, when we make that grant, it doesn't go to the person, it goes to the service provider that requires the payment. And I think back of when I started this back in 2011, and the first person that asked for our help found us through MySpace. Remember MySpace?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pre-Facebook. And she reached us, and I read what her request was, and in about 10 minutes, I reached out to her because she was the first person that ever reached us. And she asked for assistance, multiple things, but one of the things we could help with in the early stages was a Sprint phone bill that was $78.94. And I called Sprint because she gave us the information, and I called her back, which I never do, but that was the first one. I said, we couldn't do everything, but we helped you with this Sprint phone bill. I hope it helps. And she started sobbing, like child sobbing. She could not compose herself. And I couldn't understand what she was saying. And after she composed herself, she said, I'm so embarrassed I can't even pay my phone bill. I can't tell my family. I can't tell my friends. It was an amazing experience. And after we got off the phone, I knew that this was really something special. $78.94 is not a lot of money. But at that particular time, for that particular woman, it was everything. They didn't turn her phone off, which allowed her to do other things. That's the unique thing, what the 30 Days Foundation can do, and that's why one of the big reasons we are doing the Mick Sterling Experience to get this charity in different parts of the state. Because just because we're based in the Twin Cities does not mean by any stretch that we only help people in the Twin Cities. We help anybody who is a resident of Minnesota through the 30 Days Foundation. So please find out about us, the 30-daysfoundation.org. That's what we do. So think about it if you can. Thanks, guys. Let's get some more music. One of the most soulful people in my life, Mr. Mark Lickteig, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Thank you very much. Put your hands together for the reason I'm here, Mick Sterling, first of all. I'll just say that.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, John. Thank you, guys.
There's a ringing in my ear when I come around here. Somebody's busy talking about somebody around here. I think it's you. I think it's you. Be careful what you say and what you do. Things have a way of coming back to you. I've learned the hard way that it's true. Try and tell you it can be a slippery slope. And it's all downhill from here. And you climb back up, find yourself right where you were. Be careful, brother. Cause the things you say will make you do what you would not do had you not said what you said. Well, I'ma tell you, be careful what you say and what you do. Somebody might be listening real close to you. Be careful, brother. You too, sister. Hey. Jazzy jazz.
With special guest Dylan Salfer, folks, that is Mark Lickteig on the Mick Sterling Experience, and we shall return.
Only by the Minnesota Broadcasters Association and this station.
Okay.
Here's Mick Sterling.
That's right. We are going to get back to Mick Sterling. It's the Mick Sterling Experience. We got one final segment, and man, do we have great musicians. Mick, take us home, brother.
Oh, my goodness. Thanks, everybody. Are you guys having a good time tonight here in this beautiful studio? My name is Mick Sterling. This is the Mick Sterling Experience, bringing incredible music from the Twin Cities in the state of Minnesota to your town. As my friend Bobby Vandell says, we're to your town tonight.
Tonight.
Or the day. Maybe this is on at 3 in the morning. I don't really know. Sometime you're going to hear this thing.
Sometime very soon.
We have the fabulous Mark Lickteig that is just killing us with his soulful songs and his incredible voice. Mark, you got a song for these nice people here and
Yes,
also on the radio?
I got a song here that I've been waiting to play
Good.
for an audience for a long time. In other words, since 2016, if you want to put 2 and 2 together. It goes like this. Could it be that the good times are over? Could it be that they've come to an end? I can't believe that could ever happen. 'Cause I'm free, you can't take that from me. I've been watching what's happening. I just don't understand. Can't you see that all we've been fighting for might be fighting for again? People are coming together and they're marching on. Can't you see it's a change in the weather? Winds of change are blowing strong. Can't you feel the change coming on? Could it be that the good times are over? Could it be that they've come to an end? I can't believe that could ever happen. 'Cause I'm free, you can't take that from me. We've got to hold on to freedom. People, we've got to hold on. Fight for what's right and what we believe in before all our freedom is gone. Just like Martin and Bobby and John. Martin and Bobby and John. Could it be that the good times are over? Could it be that they've come to an end? I can't believe that could ever happen. 'Cause I'm free, you can't take that from me. Because I'm free, you can't take that from me. 'Cause I'm free, you can't take that from me.
Wow. That's Mark Lickteig on the Mick Sterling Experience. If you're driving around in your car, you're cleaning your house, you're walking, listening to your phone, whatever you're doing, listen to this show. This is what I want to happen on the Mick Sterling Experience. I want you to have moments. I want you to have moments that happen between you and the artist that is performing, no matter what the genre is. I think we have something very, very special here.
I agree.
Artists are really bearing their souls in these shows, and there's going to be many more. All kinds of different people coming on the Mick Sterling Experience, telling stories, playing with their heart. We want to thank all of our amazing sponsors to make it happen. If we're in your town, we're honored to be in your town. Tell people about it and get more people to listen to you, to the Mick Sterling Experience. Mr. Lickteig, can you do one more song for this radio audience and this studio audience here? Thank you, Mark.
I'd love to.
Beautiful job.
I will say this, Mick. When people ask me, why do you do this?
Yeah.
I say, because when I was young, I used to say this, because I want to touch the masses with my emotions. And that is what I write songs about. Except for this last number. This goes like this. 1, 2, 3. I thought I told you that I was going to take you to a party tonight. On that old shoe, put on them new shoes. Baby, baby, that's right. You've been doing nothing but hanging around. Got to get up and get down. I know that's old drag. You know that one drag. Make you look like Marilyn Monroe. Do them bling thing and all that bling thing. Come on, baby, really set go. We've been doing nothing but hanging around. Come on, Bill, let's get down. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Time for us to get it on.
night long. Looking smoky, and I ain't joking. Baby, baby, there ain't no doubt. On this crazy, you're just so sexy. You know what I'm talking about. Come on, baby, baby, let's get it on. We've been doing nothing tonight. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Time for us to get it on. Right on, right on, right on, right on. Shake it, baby, all night long. Play a brother. Look out! Hey! You don't get better than that. Special guest Dylan Salfer, ladies and gentlemen, on the guitar, the one and only Mr. Mark Lickteig. One more time for Mark.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to everybody listening. This is the Mick Sterling Experience. We will see you again, hopefully very soon. Thanks for coming.
God bless everybody. Thank you.
You've been listening to the Mick Sterling Experience from Utility Room A along the banks of the Minnesota River. Catch us each week right here, and don't forget to reach out to the 30 Days Foundation to donate, or more importantly, to receive help. Catch you next time for live music on the Mick Sterling Experience.